What up, you guys? We are here for our weekly love message. We are going to start off by pulling some cards from the Romance Angels Oracle deck. Ooh, our first card out is You Deserve Love, You Are Lovable. I want to say that this came out last week as well. Our themes of our soul work, our focus, especially where it pertains to love and money, all of our Venus themes have been really directed into self work, doing the inner healing, taking the actions in our outer world to heal our routines and really get our lives on point. This is the time that we have to spend with ourselves, to spend with creating a relationship with ourselves, learning what we need to be and feel truly loved. And also, this is our time to establish our relationship and strengthen that with God, Source. And so cherish the time you have now to learn how to establish that strong relationship with divine, because that is going to be the thing that anchors you, that makes it possible to have healthy relationships at a core foundational level. Because when your willpower is not strong enough in an emotional situation where you're not thinking logically or whatever, that's the thing that helps you ground yourself and check back. It's like another accountability partner, if you will, an even bigger one. Like when you have a relationship with Source, you know the consequences that you pay for abandoning yourself or straying off path. It invites a certain kind of chaos into your life, or it blocks you from moving to the next step. Maybe we are being held back from the next level of a relationship or a new relationship because there's something that we've yet to do that we need to accomplish that we might not do if we were in the satisfaction and fulfillment of a relationship. This might be the time that we have before we get involved with another person, that we can do that deep work without any interruption, without anybody else's energy involved. And for those of you in a relationship, maybe this is more of a time, instead of focusing so much on progressing the relationship with your partner forward, maybe what is going to progress the relationship with your partner forward is turning inward and showing that love to yourself. Doing, reading the books that you want to read, going on, and doing the things that you've been wanting to do. Having a regular prayer practice and journaling practices just to check in with yourself and know what you're feeling, and then have that regular established connection with divine as well. But we can't call in anything that's going to be fulfilling if we don't know that we deserve love. The vessel that we create in order to attain whatever light that we're seeking has to have strength and capacity to hold. And so our sense of self-worth is going to determine the size of our vessel. How much can we receive? How much do we feel we deserve? And the strength of our vessel is going to be determined by our faith and our certainty. How strong is that vessel? When will it crack under pressure, or will it? But healing feelings of guilt or shame often help us feel more deserving. Or if we feel undeserving, or if there are signs in our life that are showing us that we maybe unconsciously feel undeserving, then that could be tied to guilt or shame. So search yourself for what that could be. Okay, I feel like it's these. All right, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. So I know a lot of people can get obsessed over a certain person, or the idea of one particular soulmate or one particular twin flame that they're after. And it's not healthy, because usually those are situations that are masking a deeper issue, which is, are you fawning over someone in an unrequited connection, or lack of connection, or are you limerent over a person and it's just wasting your time and energy, right? And so maybe you're obsessed over someone who's not available. Maybe that's the case. And it has to do with a subconscious defense mechanism and an inner conflicting desire that's keeping you single by projecting your affections onto someone who's not available, right? So this card to me today, this week, is making me think, let go of anybody that you have your projections on, your hopes set on. Let go of all of that and just be open. Be open to like it being someone that you've never met before. Be open to exploring new options that you wouldn't have previously entertained. Maybe, you know, we've been going through so much transformation and growth and expansion that we're beginning a new love cycle, and we may discover that we are, you know, we've expanded what we're attracted to, or we've elevated what we're attracted to or drawn to. The next card is this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. So if this is not literally true, I think that a good exercise to do with this card is to go back and think about the romantic partners that you've had, that you've already had and already met, and what were the best things about them? What were the most, like the things about the relationship or your connection with them or them as a person themselves that you liked the best? And then maybe take an inventory of that in a general way, and that might help you narrow down or be more clear about what it is that lights you up about a partner and what it is that you want to look for, right? It might also be helpful to look at all the things that were destructive and a downside about that, you know, connection as well, so that you can say, okay, I have my preferences, I have my non-negotiables, and I have boundaries that I need to set going forward. So this could be the one. I mean, it may be that literally there is someone coming into our lives soon. We are heading into a new cycle and a new beginning come Aries season, although we are going straight into eclipse season, so that's usually not the best time to jump right into something new. However, taking something slow, getting to know someone, but just be open to the fact that you could be meeting someone who could be the one. And if you're too obsessed over one individual specifically, or you're not open to even seeing this person, you could think, you know, you may miss them or whatever. I mean, not that they might circle around again, but if we have a lot of people that could be the one and our free will is involved, then, you know, this person may be available now and this may be the time. And so, yeah, just keep your mind open and your heart open, and don't get too closed off before you know, give people a chance. Don't shut other people out to give them a chance if you're hung up on something that's not going to happen or unavailable or unrequited or what have you. And then, oh my gosh, getting to know each other. So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this kind of feels very much like if we hone in on our self-love and just really ruminate in that, keep an open mind, get out there and be open and approachable and be talking to people, and don't get too obsessed over who or what your soulmate is going to, you know, be like, or where you're going to find them or whatnot. Just keep an open mind about the whole thing. And you could be meeting some people soon, or some good contenders, or even maybe one specific person that really stands out from the rest. So take your time, get to know each other, be authentic, but know how to pace the vulnerability and the opening up and all of that. Take it gradually. And yeah, enjoy taking the phases slowly. I think that we get so wrapped up in like wanting to rush things forward that we forget that like we're depriving both ourselves and the other person of very fun and exciting phases in the beginning. And if you rush through those, you can't go backwards. You can drag it out in the beginning, and you can stretch those periods of that honeymoon, of that getting to know one another phase. But you can't go back once you've like gone forward and sort of hit a stalemate. I mean, you can like reignite and all that stuff, but it's easier to take it really slow in the beginning, not too slow, but to pace the thing, you know, with intention, and get to know each other over time and let it build in a slow burn. And then that kind of lasts, that honeymoon phase lasts a lot longer and can be maintained. I feel that you can really maintain that excitement about a person if you don't let criticism creep in and other things, and if you both really make an effort and you continue to. I think it's really possible. Release your ex was also out, was flipped over. It is time to come to clear your energy. So again, keeping an open mind, this is totally related to this. This is like if you've been holding the torch for someone and it's not worked out, and you've given it a chance, let them go, release them, create the energetic space for new people to come in, right? Because if you're still sort of like stuck on someone in the back of your head, you may not notice the guy at the grocery store, or the girl at the grocery store, whoever it is, right? So releasing the ex. People can also feel your energy field and whether or not it's free and clear of like deep entanglements. So that's another thing. It could be like in an invisible way, repelling someone from coming into your life, especially if it's a soulmate, because the soulmate is so connected with us on, soulmates are connected with us on like an intuitive level. And the thing that I think about soulmates is that I think that we have these soul tribes and soul families that we're in. And so I think that there are many people that we could potentially have a soulmate level relationship with that ends up expanding. You know, both the individuals are made more by being together because they're whole when they come together, and they end up even maybe bringing good to their community because of it. But they're equally yoked individuals with like common goals and common love visions and values. And then it's like this person that mirrors so much about you that you can grow with. But there are multiple, like it's not just one person, I don't think. I think that there's a soulmate level relationship. And I think that there are soulmate people that are in a whole big group of people that we are connected with and that we have soul contracts with. Okay, so a little bit more clarity on you deserve love. Reach out. So this is 3 of Wands, and we got 3 of Wands at the beginning of the week. I was just looking at it over there. It's that card in our daily pick a card. And it feels like we need to kind of get out of our comfort zone, right? Put ourselves out there a little bit more. Maybe go outside of our usual routine and shake it up a little bit. Maybe if you kind of want to like make a move, like put yourself out there or show some interest, like don't hold back, don't be shy, like do something that kind of makes you uncomfortable. I think like females get like, I don't know, there's so much back and forth about like what level of interest you can show someone without losing the mystique as well. And it's like you can show interest, but you can let someone else follow up and like make a move on that interest. And if they're not, and if it's pretty clear that you've shown them interest and they're not following up on it, then release that, release it, peace and release, keep open for the next person. Because what we're wanting is that person who's like equally like ooh la la, like they're equally enthusiastic about us. So let your intentions be known, and that way you can get clarity in the beginning without having to like go for long periods of time wondering if something is a thing or is not. But yeah, reach out, get out of your comfort zone, do something fun. Maybe like do an activity where you can go meet people. Like for instance, I went out into the park today, out into the woods, and I decided to go into a different area that gets a little bit more crowded than I usually go to. Keep an open mind is High Priestess. We got listen. So like listen to your intuition. Keep an open mind, keep an open communication with your spirit as you're out there vetting people, meeting people, and even within the relationship you're already in. Listen to your spirit, listen to the Holy Spirit's guidance, because that's not always going to be logical. That's why we have to keep an open mind, because the divine feminine has the ability to embrace the absurd and the illogical, because the divine feminine is so connected with that intuition and that connection with source and with the Holy Spirit and with the archangels. So they have this information that's coming from a place where there is no time and space. So the things that they say may be absurd and not make sense, and they might seem unrelated. That's why it's illogical, right? So the masculine, the divine masculine, is very logical. But when we can have a balance of both, it's like we have a sound reason and a level head and logic, but we can also trust our intuition and be guided and led by that too. This could be the one, and I feel like this is going with release your ex. So the sacral chakra is coming into play. This is something that keeps coming up week after week. This is associated with the realm of Yesod. It's here. This is also connected to the astral realm and the moon. And so this is the gateway through which all things come from the unmanifest. This is the last stop before you come into the flesh world. So this is where souls are. This is where dreams take place. This is where our imagination is. This is where like the astrology energies are ruminating and percolating. And so this is where our soulmate comes from. And this is where souls come and go from earth, right? So we receive all the things that are in the storehouse come from this, the spiritual storehouse, the vortex, so to speak. So we need to, that's also where the guilt and shame gets stored. And so that's where like the guilt and shame can close us off from receiving, because it clogs up that channel that brings things through that we birth through into the material world. Oh my gosh. And so Wheel of Fortune came up following that, getting to know each other. So clearing that guilt and shame, releasing the ex, all of those things. Listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. Don't be too caught up in the logic, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there a little bit and take a risk rejection or whatever. But just know that you deserve love, and let that be, your confidence. And because it's something that you've been building upon for a long time. It's not just superficial self-love, pop talk. This is real. This is the work that we've been doing, and this is the diligence and the consistency that we show when we keep showing up for ourselves. So all of that work has turned the wheels of fate, and now we have Jupiter and the Wheel of Fortune expanding us. Flow is here. When we talk about having affinity with the light of the Creator, being in a state of cause consciousness and creator consciousness and sharing consciousness, and we're in a vibration of love, then we are in that connection with that divine flow, that cosmic flow, that harmony. And it puts us in that receiving of the miracle zone, right? So we want to keep an open vessel, and we want to be ready and prepared to receive when things start coming in. So prepare the self, prepare your household, prepare your car, prepare your body, prepare everything, prepare your mind, heart, all of it, and look around and just think like, okay, when I want to bring someone new into the situation, and is this the me that I want to show up at now, right? Evaluate where you're at in this moment, make those tweaks, get it tight, get it right, and then like universe is going to just start sending that flow. It's like it's the wheels, the dials are like in that Wheel of Fortune are like click, click, click with all the work that we're doing. It's just like one click closer to the destiny path, right? So very exciting. Really good week ahead. You deserve love. Keep an open mind. Don't get too obsessed over any one thing. Take your time. You could be meeting the one soon. Listen to your intuition. Put yourself out there. Don't be too shy. Work on healing that shame and guilt so that you have a full sense of deserving love. And when this shows up, take your time getting to know this person. And also the connection between getting to know this person and flow is like the slower you go, the faster you go. If you really take it slow in the beginning, instead of jumping right in to like commitment and moving in and all of that stuff, like right up in the first few months, if you take it slow, then there's not that sudden like, this is what happens. Both people want to go fast, and then you do, and then one person, usually the masculine energy, pumps the brakes, and they're like, wow, even though I'm the one who's been driving this thing forward, now I'm in panic because this has gone way faster than I intended, and I don't feel sturdy. I need to like take my time and figure out really if this is what I'm committing to. And so that's why when you rush into something and it's all going along really nicely, and then like about after like 3 months or so, you're like, what, everything was going so well, we were like moving forward, and then suddenly out of nowhere, you know, we started fighting. Like, that's why. So it's better to take your time for a few months, that first few months, and then when both parties are ready and you feel like you've even been pumping the brakes a little bit and going slower than you want, then it's like you're really ready, and you know for sure. And it's like you're not going to get into something for 2 or 3 years only to have to like dismantle your life because you rushed into something before you really got to know someone. All right, you all. Slower equals faster. Release your ex for added bonus points. Maximum strength results. Y'all, I'll see you tomorrow for our weekend message. You can check me out on Instagram at Liz_Taylor_Magick. And I'll be posting that blog like midday. So you can read our reading there. If you want to get a little head start on it before our video. Like, subscribe, comment, share. All the actions that you take on these videos help me get out into the algorithm, and it helps other people find them too. And thank you so much for all the recent comments and subscribes and participation. It means so much. And I will get in there and answer comments and comment back as soon as I get a chance. It's been nice out for the first time in a while, so I had a lot to do outside today. All right, y'all. See ya. Ciao.